From school classrooms to living rooms across New York City, our mission is to amplify untold stories and create space for healing, leadership, and transformation, one voice at a time. Welcome to The Art of Storytelling, a media education initiative that empowers individuals to find their voice, craft their narrative, and share their truth through the power of podcasting and digital storytelling. Reach out to us today at Coleman Global.
Hello. Welcome to Pathway and Purpose, finding one direction, one step, and one story at a time. This is our podcast, and I'm here with three of my colleagues.
Hello, my name is Brian. I go to Mahal 5 High School. I'm 15 years old.
My name is Joanna. I go to Fordham Leadership Academy, and I'm 15 years old.
Hi, my name is Anna. I am one of the counselors here with the College Bridge Cafe.
My name is Megan. I'm 17 years old, and I go to Fordham Leadership Academy. Today, we're going to be talking about career paths and majors. I would like to ask everyone, what career do you want to pursue?
Financing, business.
Yeah.
A chemist.
When I was your age, I wanted to pursue so many different things. I wanted to go into business. I wanted to go into the military. I wanted to be a lawyer. But at the end of the day, I ended up going into human resources specifically. So that was pretty cool.
Okay. For me, the career that I want to pursue is landscape architecture or architecture in general. I'd like to know, Brian, why are you interested in financial business?
When I was a kid, I got like a play money set, and the first time I opened it, I was like, wow. I was all excited and stuff. Like I've never seen that before. It taught me like money, like in general. How do we use it wisely and stuff? And that got me into the world of financing. That's how I am here today, thinking about studying like business, stock exchange, like a broker. Yeah.
What is your favorite part about financing?
It's about like the numbers, the money, but also like helping people that they're on the right track, like they're not in debt or anything.
Would you say financing is something we need?
Yeah.
What about you, Joanna? Why do you find being a chemist important?
Growing up, I was always really interested into science and how it could impact us in different ways. In high school freshman year, I took a beginner class in general chemistry, and that was when, through one of the professors from a college that was teaching a class in my class, I got introduced into chemistry, and I started to like researching chemistry, and that was when I decided to sign up for a chemistry class for my sophomore year. And stepping into that classroom and learning more about chemistry is what made me love science even more. And that's kind of something that always interested me. Learning about matter, atomic and molecular structures and properties and things that have to do with general chemistry is what made me love chemistry even more. Learning more about it and what could potentially become of it is something that always intrigued me and led me to pursue more scientific courses and general like knowledge, like opportunities and things like that. Like I was like doing like my own type of research, like just outside the classroom. That's kind of what intrigued me.
Joanna, I love the fact that you want to go and be in chemistry and be a chemist, because honestly, I got lost at molecules or moles or whatever that is. I can't do that. But in terms of me, I ended up choosing human resources because it made the most sense while I was in college. I took an organizational behavior class within college and actually did research with that particular professor. So in doing the research with her, I really found that I actually enjoyed that side of human resource, kind of looking at how people behave, how people act, and how to apply that really in the workplace. The other side of it was the fact that I worked at admissions while I was in college. And I was able to help out with our diversity and inclusion sort of nights as well. And I would help plan out and actually coordinate these days when students like us, students like you, Latinos, African-American students came up to kind of visit Cornell University. I knew then that diversity, equity, and inclusion was something that really had my interest. That's why I kind of went into that side of HR specifically. It was really through my work in admissions.
Okay, that's great. Thank you so much for everyone sharing. For me, I find landscape architecture really interesting because all my life I've always loved environments, like anything like about nature, animals. I've always loved that. Ever since I was a kid too, I've always loved architecture. Every time I like would go out with my family or something, I would just look around and look at the buildings and like, this is something weird, but I know some architects out there are gonna understand me. But touching the buildings, feeling the material, what they use and everything is something that I also really, really, really like. It's something really interesting for me. And then that was in my sophomore year, actually. It was when I was doing more research into architecture, and I had found landscape architecture, and it really caught my eye because it was like, oh, so it's basically architecture but using nature. And then I was going more into it, and it was basically about like how architects use landscaping to create more environments around the world and help the world, like help the environment get better. Sorry. Next question. It's, what are the steps that you need to take to get there, right?
Studying books, finding books about financing or investing, watch videos about that and so.
So you would say like looking, like doing your own research online, right?
Mm-hmm. Researching online.
Okay. Do you have like any college in mind to go to?
I really don't know. There's like 2, but I don't know which one should I choose. On one side, I have the Ivy Leagues, like Harvard, Cornell, like what you said.
Go Big Red.
Yeah. The second is traveling abroad to like Japan, South Korea, Taiwan. I don't really know what to choose. Harvard,
Nice.
I might get like proper knowledge, but expensive, or traveling abroad, but like leaving my family behind. And I just don't know what to choose.
I feel like you shouldn't think about that way. I feel like your family should be part of you either way,
Mm-hmm.
whatever you want to decide. Like the most important thing that is you're doing this for yourself. What about you, Joanna? What are the steps that are gonna take you?
I'm not sure. I never knew what I wanted to be growing up. Like it was literally just as I was entering a freshman in high school that I like discovered science and like how that intrigued me, and mathematics. Like I haven't really like thought about it yet, but I think one step at least is taking more courses and classes during my high school years in order to get more like rigorous courses, so that when I get into university or college, I have more like knowledge and like know like what to expect during college to prepare me, I guess. I'm not like sure where I want to go. All I know is that I want to go into the chemistry field of learning and research.
Joanna, if I could add, definitely try to look at colleges that have a really strong research program in the sciences. So that way, that could be maybe a first stop, a first look for you going forward. Now, in terms of what else I did in college, I don't think that it was just the books that I really needed to kind of know and understand what human resources, diversity, equity, and inclusion was all about. Like I needed a lot of the on-the-job learning and a lot of on-the-job training to understand what being in HR truly means. So not only was I able to handle the part of diversity and inclusion, I also did some recruitment work. I understood how to deal with employees and deal with employee relation issues. I looked a little bit more into payroll, for example, and benefits. So just something to note that not everything really happens in college. Not everything happens in the books or your learning and your training, your webinars. You kind of have to live it a little bit as well to continue to learn.
Okay, thank you for sharing. For me, for those who don't know, I'm an upcoming senior. So I'll be going to senior year next year, and I'll have to start thinking about colleges. So I need to start taking the steps very serious. I did my research, and I've been asking for help. That's something that you really need to do. If you need help, always ask for help about like what are the steps that I need to take for me to become a landscape architecture. And something that I realized is that I need a lot of math and I need a lot of science. I already passed all my math classes in high school. Don't have any more, so that's good. Science, I do need more and more credit. I also need to find like a good college where they can either take me for landscape architecture or architecture in general. Last question, it's, did someone inspire you to go into that career, and tell me who?
I think of myself. I just think about it because, it kind of interests me. Like I love to count money, like help, like calculate how much it costs.
So you say you're good at math, right?
Yeah, I'm really good at math.
Oh, that's great. And what about you, Joanna? Did someone inspire you?
This is probably going to sound stupid, but one of my favorite characters from one of my favorite cartoons is what inspired me to get into science. It's this character named Varian from a Disney show that he was like he's like this like 14-year-old dude is like really into science, and he's like helping like on a quest with, like with this do you know Rapunzel from Tangled?
Yeah.
It's from there.
Nice.
And like I really loved his character, and the way like how do I say this?
Smart.
Yes, kind of. And that's what kind of got me into science.
I mean, in terms of who inspired me or what inspired me, I'm going to start talking about some of my mentors. Kevin Anthony, who's one of our directors now, and Isabel. Like those are two of my mentors that I've had for many years. I've known them for 20 years plus at this point. And along with my parents, I knew I was going to go to college. I knew I was going to do like big things. But with their help, I was able to be inspired and kind of nudged along the right way. I knew I was going the right way, but it gave me that extra push and that extra piece of confidence that I needed.
Nice. Again, thank you so much for everyone for sharing. It was great to talk to everyone and listen about how everybody likes different things. We're going to be wrapping it up. This is Pathways and Purpose. Finding direction one step and one story at a time. Thank you so much for listening, everyone. Bye-bye.